Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingwithME.com and me, Crafty Scrapper, here on YouTube and Instagram. If you are not a subscriber here on my channel, I would love for you to be, and I would love a thumbs up, and as long as you can watch this video, the better. That helps me with YouTube and the YouTube searches. I pop up a little bit more the longer people watch my video. So if you could watch it till the end, that would be phenomenal. Thank you so much for your support. I have what looks like a folio in front of you. It's actually a traveler's notebook with a removable signature. So an interchangeable signature. You can interchange it. And I love how this came out. I love how tall it is. I'm going to give you all of the details, measurements and all. So this is, the cover is 10 inches tall by 5 inches wide. So 5 inches wide by 10 tall is the finished project. And I'm going to show you how to cut the base and score it to get this form. And I'll show you all the details and give you more measurements as we go. I have what I call a figure 8, which I don't have it set in a figure 8. I have a figure 8 closure here, or a coin purse closure, or a ledger book closure, whatever you want to call it. I know there's a proper name. I just don't call it that. I have never really looked it up to get a proper name for it, and that's just the closure I use. I made these with some We Are Memory Keepers eyelets, some thick ones. And I'll pull that up and see if you can see that a little bit better, get some more detail on that. And I put a 1-inch circle that I punched out with my handy dandy punch, paper punch, behind it, and that's what the twine is behind. I used this brown hemp twine here. And I mounted these on some, this is a digital from My Porch Prints, and then that's just more of that base cardstock that I inked up really heavily. And that's what I did my closure with. The papers I used, the base papers, are from the Tim Holtz Memoranda collection. And then a few places I have some torn elements from digitals from My Porch Prints. So My Porch Prints, Tim Holtz Memoranda, and then the base is an American Crafts 12 by 12 cardstock. It is the color Weave, W-E-A-V-E, and it has a texture to one side, and then it's smooth on the other side. It is very thin. So it made for a great base, but if you're wanting it to be a sturdy base for something, it is not. That's why, well, that's another reason why I cover with cardstock, but I just like covering with cardstock anyway. So even if I had a thick cardstock base, I'm still going to cover with some kind of patterned paper cardstock. Okay, so there is a little bitty tiny pocket here. If I had anything small I wanted to put in there. When I open it up, there is a pocket here for any small items I would like to put in there. The inside flap, I have a taller pocket there. Now, what in the world we could put here, I have no clue. Maybe a little bookmark. That's what we could put there. We could put a little bookmark down in there. That's what that is. And you might ask, why in the world are you putting these little skinny pockets? I don't know, just because I could. Then you open it up, and you could put like a tuck here if you wanted to, and have things tucked here. But my signature is so thick, I didn't put anything there. I didn't want to stress those spines any more than they are. And on my spines, when you open it up, when I open it up and show you again, you're going to be able to see a little bit better. But on my spines, I have reinforced them with paper bag. So I just cut little strips from a regular old lunch bag and reinforce the spines. So you can see the difference here where my paper bag reinforced spines are. I'm going to take this signature out so you can see it better. See that torn piece? That is a piece of paper bag. So that is how I reinforced my 2 spines here. And without the signature in it, it just folds over very flat. Okay, this has a pocket all the way down to hold a signature. So this signature is covered with more of that Tim Holtz cardstock, and then the back flap of it goes into this long pocket. And I'm going to add some another piece of cardstock to that back piece just to reinforce it a little bit more, so that when I'm taking a signature in and out, it's got a thick base that's going in there. But it fits quite nicely, gives it a little bit of girth there. So I got the idea for this from Eva at Bohemian Crafting. She is like my top 3 of who I watch on YouTube all the time. She has beautiful projects, and her accent is like, you know, I get told, I just love your Southern accent. Well, mine is not beautiful. My accent is not beautiful. Eva's is gorgeous. I love her accent. I love listening to her YouTube videos. Now, she makes even more lovely items than I do, but I did get a few of these little tricks and tucks and things that's in this project from watching some of her videos. I don't think she's got one exactly like this on her video. If she does, I will try to hunt it down, but I don't think she does. But so I took a little page from her book and created this. I love that you can interchange this signature, and I will show you those in the junk journaling world. This is a signature. To those in the Traveler's Notebook world, this is a Traveler's Notebook insert. Just go through a little bit about what I've got in here. Just some more of that cardstock. That's how thin it is. You know, you can add it to a signature if you want to. Got a torn paper bag, some music paper, some school book from, I remember this like when you were doing typing. I love that. Some more of that cardstock. Some just plain paper. It looks like straw paper. And then some old like pamphlet manual paper, regular notebook paper. I had some people asking about if they had notebook paper, show them how to use it in a junk journal. Well, there you go. You just put it in there like that. You could also dye it, of course, ink or coffee or tea or whatever. There's some old book page, some more coffee dyed paper that I just inked and splattered a little bit. Stamped. I stamped that one, splattered this one. This is some notebook paper that's got a fold out there that I splattered. Some dressmaking paper. That is a little piece from a page that's further back. You could add a flip out or a pocket or whatever to that piece. There's some grid paper, another paper bag, some dictionary paper, more notebook paper. That is some mathematics paper there, and more dictionary paper. A book page there, cute, folded out. Some more notebook paper, some shorthand paper is the middle of that signature there. And then you go on and you see the back end of those, all of those pages I just went through. But that is how you add some notebook paper in there. I had some people asking, and of course you can. It does not matter that the lines are up and down. You can write the other way. A little flip out, little pocket in that one. And the back of that dressmaking, some more of that coffee dyed and cream colored notebook paper. All the back sides flip out of that one. And then there is the end. I've got that paper bag, glued all of that together so you could use that like a little pocket, little tuck there. And that. And then, like I said, I want to add some paper here on the back of this to reinforce this when I'm putting it in there. So let me look here at my pieces I had left over. I might have to get a whole new piece. I might not have a big enough piece. Yep, that's not big enough either. All right, let's get a whole new piece. This is the Tim Holtz Memoranda collection there. And what do I want to put on top of that? I'll do it like a little, ooh, I like that. The back side of this one, doing those letters. I like that. So let's go all the way that way. Excuse me. And then cut off maybe there. I'm gonna get a little mat going. I don't want to cover the entire thing. Let's scooch that over and see if I can find my lines here, of course. Let's see, I did it up here, didn't I? What is that? Oh, it's where one of the other pages didn't tear out cleanly. I thought, what is that humped up stuff in the back? Got to get that off or it's not going to lay right on that back cover. That's great. Okay, I got that cut, and yep, that's good. So I'm going to round my outside corners. Whoop. There we go. And I inked this journal with vintage photo. There we go. Around this edge. And remember, I'm just doing this to reinforce this back cover. Yep, I like how that sits. So let's glue that in. There we go. That put in there. All matte. Let's pull it down just a touch. Well, it's not wanting to move. Okay, there. And get my excess glue off. There, we've got a reinforced back cover to push in that slot there. So I'm going to wait. Oh, look at there. I got paper bag coming up. So I'm going to get this glued down here. whoop, and drop a dot of glue where it shouldn't be. Okay, now I'm going to let that set aside and let that dry, and I'm going to show you how I did my base. Push this over here. All right, so I started with a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock, and you could use thicker cardstock and not, you know, you wouldn't have to cover it like I did, just whatever you want to do. All right, so it was 12 by 12 to begin with, and I am cutting 2 inches off of one side. Okay, so now you have a 10-inch by 12-inch piece. And you're going to use your scoring tool, whatever you use. I have a score pal. This is the 10-inch side. You're going to flip it to the 12-inch side. And you are going to score. Make sure I'm in frame here. You are going to score at 4 3/4. And then you're going to score at 9 3/4. So 4 3/4 and 9 3/4. Okay, then you're going to score up or fold up on the score lines. Fold up on the score line. There we go. And see, there is your base. Let me show you side by side. There's your base. Now what I did was used my We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder, and I rounded just the outside flap and then just the inside flap that meets that. Okay, so rounded that corner, and then that one. So that is your base. All right, and then on the inside here, you will cut a long pocket piece out of that same cardstock. Get it out, y'all. It's under. There go my scissors. Yay! Everything's falling. Let me open scissors and ink and score pal fell and the paper pad fell. Y'all don't even want to see what my desk to the right looks like. It's craziness. I know I'm not the only one though. All right, so then you're going to get another piece of that same cardstock. I did anyways. You can use a different color if you want to. I just liked that this one was very reinforced. Okay, so you're going to cut this piece of cardstock 10 inches by 4 1/4 inches. So I'm going to cut off 2 inches off of this for my height. And then I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4 for my width. Okay. And then you are going to use whatever adhesive you like to use to put in a pocket. If my longtime subscribers are watching me, you know that I like using 1/8 inch score tape. But you're going to place that there. Of course, you're going to be inking all of this first. That's why I don't want to glue this down, because I want to ink it all. I want to make another one of these. It was so fun to make, and it did not take me long. I think it took right at an hour to make the entire thing, signature and all. So it does not take long at all. But you're just going to make sure of where your fold line is, and that does not touch your fold line, so it's flush, just like on this one here. Okay, you're going to put that down, and then if you want to reinforce your spines, that's when you do that. And I got out, you know, my paper bag and put all this down as a pocket, left this open, and then I put down my paper bag reinforcements on my spines at this point. After that, and then you start decorating with your cardstock that you want. Now, when I put in my cardstocks on the insides, I rounded my corners. You don't have to do that, of course. You can do whatever you would like. But that is the gist of this entire thing. Folio, traveler's notebook, journal, whatever we want to call it. That's the base of it. That is your cardstock base with your long pocket inside. And then the rest of it, you do whatever. Well, I mean, even with that, you don't even have to make a long pocket if you don't want to. But if you want to follow this, that's the base. That's what you do. And then reinforce your spines on the inside and on the outside. And then start decorating. For these, all I did was cut pieces of this cardstock, same as your base. And then I cut out little tickets from a My Porch Prints printable, digital, whatever, and made it the same size, rounded those corners. Then I punched out some cardstock from the Tim Holtz Memoranda collection. Punched out my 1-inch circles, inked those up really good, used my Crop-A-Dile to punch the hole all the way through the circle and the base here. This is before you put it on. And then this little piece you have, and you punch your circle, and then you set your eyelet on both of them. Then I put these pieces down with some really thick score tape and added some liquid adhesive too, just to make sure that they're not going anywhere. So that's how I did those. Now let's get our signature back. And the signature, you've seen me do this quite a few times on my channel. I just added a few more. Instead of just the 3 holes, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I did 3 and sewed them, and then 3 and sewed them, and then I intertwined that middle one just to make sure that it was nice and sturdy, because I had so many pages and some delicate pages in there. So that's why I sewed a little bit extra for that spine. And then you just put it in. Oh yeah, that slides much easier with the extra reinforcement of that cardstock on the back. So like I said, you could add a tuck on this side if you wanted to, and add things there. You've got this little piece here for like a bookmark. Let's see if I can find something skinny enough to go in there. That's too skinny. Let's see. I wish somebody would say that to me. Oh, she's too skinny. I wish. But then, of course, there's always people that wish that they could gain weight too. So I just thank the Lord I'm here and healthy. Okay, so there you could do it a little bit thicker. That one's the piece that I said was too skinny. Do it a little bit thicker and add that there, and have your little bookmark there for your signature. I love how this came together, y'all. I just love it. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any questions. I just didn't do the entire tutorial because that would have made for a very long video, and I just thought visually you could see what I was doing. me going over all the steps and measurements and things. So if you have any questions about any of that, just let me know and I will try my best to answer them to the best of my ability anyway. But that is my little Traveler's Notebook Folio Journal. Traveler's Notebook Folio Journal. There we go. I love it. And I hope that you make one and tag me and let me know when you make yours, because I want to see yours. I want to see what you did and what papers you used and what your signatures look like. So thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have an amazing day. I will see you in the next video. God bless. Bye.